Episode 152, The Mary Show. Today is an update episode, and I simply wanted to say hey, and wish you all a very happy holiday season. And you are listening to episode number 152 of Mike Murphy Unplugged. Learn, create, move forward. I am your host, Mike Murphy. I'm a one-man band. I'm a technology junkie. I love helping people figure things out, and I am really excited to be here with you today. The goal of Mike Murphy Unplugged is to help you learn what you need to know in order to create online content so you can move forward in business and in life. So welcome to this holiday episode number 152. In this episode, I just wanted to touch base and bring you up to speed on my journey and for some of my plans for 2019. But more importantly, I really just wanted to make sure that I took the time to wish each and every one of you a very merry holiday season and to wish you the best as we approach a new year. So the update. A couple of months ago, I told you that I was taking a hiatus from Mike Murphy Unplugged for a variety of reasons. This was not an easy decision to make, and it did sadden me a little to give up a piece of something that I had worked extremely hard at every single week for over 3 years. I was and still am very proud of the consistency and the hard work that I put into this podcast and all of the content I make surrounding it. But I listened to my heart and my gut, and I took a step back. It was the right decision at the right time. I needed to get the weight off of my shoulders as it was introducing negativity into my world and becoming a burden instead of something that inspired me to make. I get asked all the time on social media, how on earth am I able to create tutorials and content on such a consistent basis? And the answer is easy. I love doing it. I love to learn and I love to teach. Making tutorials and quick tips, it's not easy in many different ways, yet it's all I want to do. So I just do it. And I also still very much love podcasting and will publish a podcast regularly again. But as soon as the process of podcasting became something that I no longer looked forward to, the problem solver in me clicked in. I do not like when things are broken and I have the ability to fix it. It drives me nuts actually when I see people who suffer and make no attempt to right the ship. That is why I stopped. I shifted and tweaked my process of podcasting until I decided that the best course of action was to put it on the shelf and readjust. You know what really made this easy? My push to simplify and get rid of physical, digital, and mental clutter. 2018 was the year of minimalism for me, and that meant letting things go that caused stress or were not contributing to my happiness or well-being. To be as candid as possible, the first half of 2018, my podcast was a thorn in my side. I was pulling topics out of thin air, and I was making them simply because I am so self-disciplined and driven. Again, problem solver Mike knew that this was a problem, and I had to solve it. I did not give up or quit. I gave myself permission to free up some space and figure out what needed to be done. And as soon as I put my podcast on hiatus, a door opened up for me out of the blue, and that was an opportunity to work for the podcasting technology company Simplecast, which is where I am today. Was this a coincidence? In my mind, no way. I manifested this opportunity by showing up every day and making and publishing content. I put myself in the position. When I started, I had no idea what I wanted or what I was good at. So I just started exploring and making things, and I started really wide. And over time, I started narrowing down and finding my style and my groove. And I knew this would happen if I put in the work. Simplecast hired me to do exactly what I am best at and what I love to do. My job is in support, and my role is to help solve problems for podcasters and create educational content in the form of tutorials and articles and to teach through webinars and eventually at conferences and workshops. If you have listened to this podcast for any length of time, you will probably realize that my role that I just described at Simplecast is exactly what I talked about all the time. If you find yourself in a position of self-doubt or uncertainty, but you know you want to improve your career or what you have going on in your life, I cannot stress enough that you have to get started today and just do something. You do not need to have the answers in life to start. Move in that direction of something that has been a positive thing in your life or something you enjoy. For me, I have always been drawn to creative things such as photography, video, music, art, writing, tech, and travel. So I started taking more photos and learning how to make videos and animations. I started writing on Medium. I shared tech tips that seemed interesting to me. I started and knew that I could do something similar to this forever. But you need money to live, right? I was running out of money in my tech and creative exploration. I was getting freelance gigs, but not enough. I went through pretty much all of my savings. I cashed in mutual funds that I had started years ago, but I never panicked. I trusted myself and knew I was headed in the right direction and something was going to happen. The Simplecast opportunity came at the perfect time. Putting my podcast on hiatus left a void, and I filled it by taking a role serving podcasters. Things happen for a reason. Simplecast has been an amazing experience, and I have learned a ton in the past 4 months about podcasting and startup life and myself. And I am busier than ever. I work full-time, 5 days a week, and at nights and early morning I make tutorials, and on my 2 days off I do Murphy Concierge work, which is helping in my local area with tech stuff. I am making a living, helping, creating, and teaching. Exactly what I set out to do when I launched this podcast in 2015, and I am just getting started. So what's to come in 2019? Simplecast is about to launch a new 2.0 platform that we're all excited about, and with the new product, I will be making a ton of content and helping people figure out how to use the new product, and it's going to be fun and exciting. Looking forward to that. Taking the job with Simplecast, it was an easy decision because it aligned with everything that I've been working for, and I am very happy with how it is working out. I have the best of both worlds, in my opinion. There was a little internal conflict when thinking about taking a job versus making it on my own, but then I realized I am still as independent as I have ever been, and being part of a growing and innovative company that is all about working with creatives and podcasters, this is the dream come true that I had been manifesting. I am happy and I am proud of myself for going full steam ahead, even when things were getting a little financially thin, and quite honestly, I was working myself really hard. I'll say it again. If you are unhappy, or if you have a goal to make it on your own or build a brand or business online, you have to stop thinking about it and get going on something. If you own a business and it's not working, fix it. Get rid of the weight that is holding you down, and something better will fill that space. I will do a 2019 roadmap episode just to fill in all of the gaps of 2019. In addition to Simplecast, though, my mindset is doubling down my efforts on YouTube and ramping up my writing on Medium. I love making tutorials and answering questions for people. It's all I want to do. I am doing that right now, but I want to take it up a notch, and YouTube is where I can do that best. So I will. I am closing in on 2,500 subscribers now and just past the 1 million views mark. That's right, over 1 million views on my YouTube channel. How cool is that? I am not big on numbers, but I did put out a goal of reaching 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2019 as a milestone that I could put in front of me. I'll be okay if I don't make it, but that is just something that I want to strive for. I think it's doable, and that is where my 2019 focus is currently at, YouTube. As for writing, I will continue publishing my tutorials and written content on Medium, but I plan to write a few more beefy articles that have some more girth. I am learning and growing, and I simply want to put it all out there and continue to build my brand as someone with useful and helpful knowledge to share. The long-term goal is to make it as a content creator doing what I love. I am living proof that you can create the life you want. It is extremely hard to do, and you have to make tough decisions and sacrifices, but it all comes down to how you want to live. For me, all I want is to live happily and simply. For the person who asked me recently how I am able to show up so consistently, it is because I am creating the life I want, and that comes with putting in the hard work and pushing myself to be better every single day. I think it's worth it. I hope you do too. So I know today was a lot about me, but I wanted to give you an update and let you know that life is good because I refuse to have it any other way. I have no plans to publish my podcast on a regular schedule, but podcast is heavy on my mind and I will be back on a regular basis. But the most important reason that I wanted to make this episode today was simply to wish you a very merry and happy holiday season and a prosperous new year. I appreciate you, and as always, if there is anything I can do for you, you can email me anytime at mike@mikemurphy.co. Reach out to me on social media at Mike Unplugged. If you are stuck and you need a push, let me know. You have one shot to live and create the life you want. Make it happen. So I thank you for joining me today. I wish you a merry everything and a happy and healthy 2019. And I hope you join my one-man band. And together we can learn, create, and move forward. Cheers.